3 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
One thing you know when it comes to the Mavericks is they're not going to sit back and stand pat. They want to reload, not rebuild. He was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving him too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
Blacks checked in for Young. Percentages among centers and power forwards in the last 10 games. 5th, Tyson Chandler.
You know, it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yeah, every sentence needs a period. It's one thing to get the shot off, but you need to finish. You need to take care of business in there. Most of their chances are easy ones.
Clock is at 3. Back to Martin. A 19-foot shot. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 3 assists tonight.
How about the first quarter for him at the offensive end? He's really had the touch going.
Nelson kicks to Ellis. Nowitzki sets a screen for Ellis. Knocks down the 10-footer. Now, here's Rubio. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland. Rubio gets a screen from Black. Rubio the pass to Wiggins. Knocks it loose. Nelson with the steal. There's a minute 47 left here in the opening quarter. Out left to the wing. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. And it's Dallas with another.
They worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Rubio gets a screen from Black. Rubio picked up by Nowitzki. Rubio against Nelson. 5 on the clock. Baseline J on the way. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Ricky Rubio, an incredible passer, but his score on his flag marks. In fact, one of the worst field goal percentages in modern history of the NBA.
Yeah, that's really an incredible figure, Kevin. Since 1965, he's been one of the 3 players to reach 5,000 career minutes while shooting under 38%. I mean, he's improved year after year. He's got a long way to go to ramp that efficiency up.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Brandon Wright's checked in for Chandler. Aminu comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Ellis. And Harris subbed in for Nelson.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Timberwolves trailed by 9.
And for Rubio, his offensive struggles are not just because of his jump shot. He also struggles to finish around the rim, given his size advantage most nights. You'd expect that to be a strength. That's where I think he can really improve. Nice early advantage for him on the glass, guys.
You know, part of rebounding well early is just going after the ball and boxing out. I mean, establishing that tone so that you can maintain it later in the game.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up on the strength of a great first quarter offensively.
And they need to continue to put pressure on the defense and try to really run away with this one from here.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Correa, the pass to Black. To end the run, and he lays it up and in. The kid's got his first points of the game.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
Here's Harris. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Mavericks lead by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that the quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers, getting some points in transition as a result.
That felt Brandon Wright White is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu, and it's Harris in the point guard position. So that's who now starts the second one.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Minnesota shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Well, impressive free throw shooting as a team this season, right around that 78% mark.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Built. It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. And the shot is good. Williams with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Well, it's been a great pairing in Dallas between Monte Ellis and Dirk Nowitzki. As Dirk said, he's been amazing for us. He's so athletic, so fast. I knew he could score with the best of them, but the thing that surprised me is his playmaking off the pick-and-roll game. He makes my game a lot easier. Kevin, they make a great tandem.
Yeah, working together, they're a nightmare to defend, Doris.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
A different look for Dallas. Bryson Chandler. And Felton. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Harris. Minnesota also making some changes. Wiggins comes in for Brewer. And it's Martin in for J.J. Barea. Wright with a screen on Martin. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. Better get their attention.
That's one of the few mistakes they've made this half. Turnovers haven't been an issue for them yet.
Timberwolves trailed by 7. Williams passes to Black. It's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot.
Now look at Jameer Nelson, some of the numbers on him. I see some nice numbers from him over this past month. He's averaging 8 points, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out to me about his recent performance.
Well, you think about his intelligence, court vision, both are outstanding. Those numbers are hardly a shot, as excellent as they are.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Ellis. Martin with the block. Chandler with a screen for Nelson. 6 to shoot. No good from 11 feet.
No excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Here's Nelson. 14 points from him the last game against the Magic in Orlando.
Thaddeus Young is a left-hander out of Georgia Tech. He played 1 year in college. He's really rounded into a nice pro. He's a very unique player. He's a face-up, slashing power forward with a lightning-quick first step. He's really hard to keep in front.
Williams passes to Black. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls. The kids got 8 points.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Nelson kicks to Ellis. Nelson outside. Back to Ellis. Just 5 on the clock. Out to Nelson. Another shot. Nelson with another miss.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Young passes to Black. And that one's good. And it's now only a 1-point Maverick lead.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Chandler with the screen on Martin. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Dirk Nowitzki is checked in for the Mavericks. Minnesota also with the sub. Rubio's checked in. Down off a pick from Black. Wiggins dishes to Young. The 11-footer. Here's Black. Nice D from Chandler.
It's far too tentative, I think. Even more so with the defender is tight on him like that.
right side. Give a step back. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
No coverage, that's it. And it's 8 points for Andrew Wiggins. We've got 1:28 left here in the second. Nelson outside. The dish to Chandler. At the elbow, it's Ellis. That doesn't go either for Ellis.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Stolen by Ellis. Seconds left in the first half of the game. Feeds to Nelson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nowitzki with the screen on Martin. Jumper off the screen. Bounces high off the rim and flies. Nelson's got 5.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Nelson with the steal. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
He has just disappeared this quarter, not making a mark at all offensively.
I'm sure he's ready to put this quarter behind him and quickly.
Wiggins, and that one's good. He's got 10.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
I was with him. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Orlando. Connects in the foul on jumper. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And Rubio kicks to Young. Misses the 3. Second quarter ends in a tight one. The Mavericks on top.
Yes, guys, I've got Jameer Nelson.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. First off, shot selection. We're getting high percentage looks, and it's working very well for us, and I like it that we're being very efficient. Ball security.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last.
All right, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Brewers check in. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. So on the floor for Minnesota, Rubio and Martin manning the back. Higgins is out there with Troy Brewer. And it's Young in at the 5 down low. Clock at 6. They get a hand on it. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. And he gets it to go. Ellis has got 8 here in the quarter.
He's having quite the quarter here.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Checked in for Chandler. Aminu comes in for Ellis. That's Felton in for Nelson. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Young. The kid comes in for Wiggins. J.J. Barea is checked in for Kevin Martin. And Levine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Barea kicks to Brewer. No good off the back of the rim.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the back end.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you. The rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Nowitzki, the pass to Harris. Nowitzki inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Dallas.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah. And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. Wins on the year now.
By getting the hard-earned victory here this evening, they'll have snapped the 1-1 season series deadlock between these two teams, finishing 2 games to 1 on the year against the Timberwolves.
What a huge standout performance it was from Ellis. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Barea off the pick from Black. To halt the run. Shot no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Harris outside. Nowitzki inside. Count that one.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
And this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against the Magic in Orlando. And here is Harris. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They put on a show tonight.
Gentlemen standing here with Jameer.
Just because it's the middle of the night, that don't mean I won't hunt you down. 'Cause something deep inside is pulling me, and I want to know. I should be getting away. Ain't no sense in you coming on down. I can't.
The Timberwolves look to take charge here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. For the Miami Heat, they are coming off a good outing against the Pistons in Detroit. And they showed a lot of heart in that one, getting down early, but puts it.
Let's go, you're up.
My time. Miami leading by 4.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
And Rubio picks to Young. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Young. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Bosch.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Blacks checked in for Minnesota. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Flip Saunders was saying to his club. He told Petrovic that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach wants him to go from one of the key guys to the key guy. And from the way he responded in the huddle, I think he's up to the challenge. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Rubio outside. To the left wing. Here's the kid. Soft. The kid's got his first basket of the night.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
And Cole kicks to Wade. Fades. Misses off the left iron. Timberwolves trailed by 6. The drive by Rubio. Here's the kid. The leaner inside. And it's Wade with the rebound. Here's Dang. The shot's good on the assist by Wade.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off. Perfect.
Wayne Wade, a Hall of Fame player, I think, held back by bone bruises and tendonitis in his knees in recent years. Keeping them in good shape, staying in condition. He's able to find ways to play throughout the season and still be effective.
Bosch, a screen on Rubio. The feed now to Cole. It's up a three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And with the Heat's success riding in large part on Wade's knee, you can bet that he and the team have left no stone unturned in trying to protect him. Selective rest, advanced therapy. They've got a really extensive plan.
Rubio again, three. And he can't bank that one in. Miami leading by 6. And Cole kicks to Wade. And he gets the bucket. Wade's got 9.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. Rubio dishes to Martin. Back to Rubio. With 1 on the clock. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. There's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the first.
Solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hand.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Chalmers is out there with Napier. Then there's Anderson. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's Dang, and it's the 3, the small forward. Young finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Young's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And Chalmers kicks to Granger. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Shooting percentages have waned, but we know what a clutch scorer he can be when he's right. Now feeling better, we're seeing some of that spring in his step.
And Granger 6'9" with a 7'2" arm span, a quick release 2 on that jump.
He can be streaky, but he's a player who at one time, Kevin, averaged 26 points a game, and he can get his shot off in the third.
Pocket 6. And Williams, here we go. Blocked. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. The Heat leading by 7. Dang, it's a wide open look. Granger kicks to Chalmers. He feeds it to Dang. And Granger now, top of the key. 5 to shoot. Teardrop shot. It's rebounded by Black. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, certainly, gentlemen, the Heat are trying to rally back after a tough summer. Chris Bosh said, I see why people were saying three-peating is hard. I get it now. There's just so many other things you have to fight. We're all human, and it was a long, tough season. Guys, maybe in some way the pressure lessens a bit now.
Certainly something to reboot, Doris, but their championship aspirations remain the same. Thanks. Chalmers with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. The drive by Granger. And good on the basket. Book it. And the Heat lead by 9. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Dallas.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense in part of this was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher, mentally and physically, if you're going to win on the road.
The Timberwolves shooting 39% from the floor. Their best.
Well, if you remember early in their exposures to coaching, it was new and the big 3 were assembled. team. Those questions are long gone now. He is an excellent head coach.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, guys, I was interested in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He urged them to do everything possible to create open looks for each other. Talked about setting picks, running more set plays, anything to shake free of that defense. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Well, coach, not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Outside Williams. Here's Brewer. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Corey Brewer, 2-time NCAA champions in Florida. Last season, a return to Minnesota where he started his career. Now in the second year of a 3-year deal.
Minnesota making a switch here. Levine's checked in. And then for Miami, Chris Bosh is checked in for Anderson. Josh McRoberts comes in for Lou Aldang. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Mayhew. Timberwolves trailed by 7. And Clark said despite his ACL surgery a few seasons back, he feels he's faster now than when he came in the league.
And that's a good thing, Kevin. You know he can struggle to score in the half court. Not a really good shooter or ball handler, but with his speed, really flourishes in transition.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Miami.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Thaddeus Young. And Wiggins is subbed in for Corey Brewer. 3-pointer, Granger. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. 6 points for Danny Granger. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. It's Williams with the drive. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Very well done that time. Found the best look possible.
Here's Cole. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Bosh hits the pick for Wade. He kicks it to Cole. Pass to McRoberts. No good. And Minnesota now the other way. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win.
Remember in that last matchup, they really snuck out a win, a close game. And it came down to a few mistakes at the end. But forcing turnovers, I thought was the difference.
There's a minute left in the first half. Lots of room. Goes back up. Rejected by Glenn. And is out of bounds. Able to retain possession here. Martin's checked in for Williams. To the left wing. Here's McRoberts. That's good. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Levine passes to Pekovic. Here's Levine. He's covered by Bosh. Here's the kid. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas. 5 to shoot. A well-timed shot. The ground right there. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Bosh, the screen. Cole uses the box. And the rebound goes to Martin. Here's Wiggins. Traps in the tray. Wiggins has got 5 now. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter.
Wayne, a couple of quick questions for you. What's your attitude right now, and what do you think will be the team's focus for the second half?
Hey guys, some keys to talk about from what I've seen so far. This is a tight ball game, but remember, this is our house. I definitely can't find any fault with the way we shot the basketball. Our shot selection has been just like I hoped it would be. We're putting up some very...
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closer... And then for Miami, Anderson, he's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Granger comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Napier in for Cole. Black, he's in at power forward. J.J. Barea is out there with Levine. Then there's Buddington, and it's Jang in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Napier. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Chris, tell us a little bit about the philosophy behind it.
Come on. Who died? You look a little nervous.
Well, I heard it's never a good thing to be called into the GM's office, especially the day your 10-day contract is up. So if you're gonna release me, I would just appreciate it if you did it quickly.
I'm gonna be brutally honest, kid. You haven't done enough to secure a regular roster spot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, wait. You have done enough to secure another 10-day contract, though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you another shot to prove you belong in this league permanently, huh?
Hey, you won't regret it either. I'm gonna make it awfully hard for you to let me go.
I hope so. Look, a contract's on my secretary's desk. You go sign that on your way out. Get out of here.
All right, thank you.
All right. Where's my lunch?